Welcome back to The Big Story on KTN News. Many thanks for staying with us. The big story tonight is a seeming split inside the Kenya National Union of Teachers, whose National Executive Council was held up in a day-long meeting, a closed-door meeting. We have the Secretary General of NUTS, Wilson Sossion, who's here. And of course, there is that bid to oust him as Secretary General of the Kenya National Union of Teachers. Let's now listen in to some of the things that were said earlier on in the day.
So leading the teachers, called Sossion, is involved in politics.
Yes.
He's in parliament. You cannot be a parliamentarian and be a teacher's secretary general. You can't. It cannot work.
It can't.
So we are saying one man, one job. One man, one job.
Sossion, you can still serve the teachers, but now in parliament. Talk on behalf of us in parliament, agitate for our rights in parliament. But in the NUT house, please let another person be there so that he can serve the teachers full-time in that position.
Sossion says that some forces are politicizing the teachers' union. We also have Agri Namisi, a member of the NUT National Executive Council. Sossion, let me come to you. Let's start from there. Do you believe that you have the time and energy to serve teachers as well as be a member of parliament?
Yeah, in fact, first, before I answer that, I've just seen the clip on the wall on your channels, and I can see individuals who are not members of the union, but they are political activists who are on hire, on payroll of non-political parties. So scientifically, quite a number of them are non-members. NUT is an exclusive club of members who contribute, and they have a say over the union. That's number one. Number two, whether I have the time and to work for the union, let me tell you, since I was nominated, I have worked more effectively and more efficiently and covered more ground in terms of teachers' issues. The platform that was given to the labor movement in the National Assembly is meant to advance the business of the union. I am in parliament not because of any other business.
All right.
But labor rights. I've been able to move in parliament at least motions on teachers' issues, and we've been able to engage. Parliament now understands the labor movement and teachers better. And that is an extension of representation which is more effective. It happens in South Africa, it happens in many countries, that workers are invited to sit at the policy table. This is a new happening in the Constitution. And I am invited by the Constitution. And this is a constitutional matter. And I can say squarely, I have not seen any variation. If anything, I've found it extremely far much easier to represent teachers because we are able to build effective connections and deal with teachers' issues in a far much easier manner. And therefore, I think I'm working currently more effectively than ever before. And I'm not distracted by the political happenings. I am not, and I shall not.
Let's get back to the matter that is in court. And you have said that some of those people you've seen on those clips in those demonstrations are not members of the union. Some of those people would say that you're not a teacher because you are deregistered by the Teacher Service Commission. Therefore, you should not be a member of the union. What do you say to that?
Let me make a correction. That is trying to twist interpretation of our Constitution. I was not deregistered. TSC purported to terminate me. And it is a matter that is pending in court. And if it is a matter that is pending in court, it's pending interpretation. Even if I were terminated, that does not stop me bar me from being the Secretary General. Because as I've said, there are many of my colleagues, because under our terms and conditions of service, we release our leadership to contest elective positions. And the requirement is that they must resign from the employer. And they did so. And they're still holding the positions in the union. We have protected, they've been re-elected, and they are still serving despite their services being terminated at the Teacher Service Commission. Beyond the NUT Constitution, The statutes, the Labor Relations Act 2007, is very clear about a person called Secretary General to be elected for any union. You even don't have to come from the teaching service.
All right.
A Secretary General of NAT can be a lawyer. That is according to the law. So the Labor Relations Act is very clear. And I can tell you 100% I'm squarely qualified to continue serving validly as elected Secretary General of the Union, and I'm valid for re-election in future elections. It is not 2019, it is 2021. I'm serving my mandate as elected until the year 2021.
Fair to say. It is fair to say at this junction that you had rejected your nomination before being sworn in. Why did you change your mind? Had you foreseen some of this conflict?
Of course, it was misunderstood at the beginning. And I opted out, and that was in public domain. But on Wednesday, the eve of swearing in Parliament, I was roundly approached by the entire labor movement that this lot is not about NAT. This lot is not about Sosion. This lot is about the labor movement. It's coming under you, and you must be sworn in and at the same time continue serving as the Secretary General of the Union. A decision which was ratified by the organs of the Union. This was a decision of all the trade union movements in this country, the Trade Union Congress and the Central Organization of Trade Union. And with that appeal, I accepted on condition that I should never be interfered with as the Secretary General. That is why I took the oath of office, and I'm still doing my work. So I took it because the labor movement urged me to do so. And I've done it, and I have no regrets about it.
All right. Important to note at this point that John Jata, the NAT Secretary General of Murang'a South Branch, is one of the voices that have been fiercely calling for the Secretary General Wilson Sosion to be removed or to stick to Parliament. We invited him in studio. We have him on the phone right now, joining us live via the phone. Thank you, sir, for joining us. You have been one of the loudest and fiercest voices telling Mr. Sosion to stick to one job. Where are you coming from?
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, can you hear me? Yes, you have been one of the fiercest voices calling for Wilson Sosion to choose one job, and that is to stay in Parliament and leave the matters of the Union to a permanent Secretary General. He has said that you are politicizing this issue.
I want to say that is not true. There is no politics in the whole issue. Do you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, there are no politics here. Whoever wants to bring the issue of NASA and Jubilee is mistaken. What we are saying as the teachers of this country is that Sosion no longer addresses our issues. He is too busy with other issues, and we would wish him well to stay in Parliament and continue to further the same there, and allow a teacher to take over the helm of NAT leadership. That is exactly what we are asking for.
That I'll let him respond to some of what you're saying, but what do you say to the fact that he says that ever since being not nominated to Parliament, he has found it even easier, and he has been more effective in representing the matters of teachers on the floor of the House?
Yeah, what I can say is that our Secretary General is very vocal in the press, but we have not seen him address the issues with the TSC. What we would want to see him is they talk properly with the CEO of the TSC, and they agree on how our teachers are going to benefit. But what we see more of him is in the press, fighting the government, fighting the TSC, and all this is not adding up any value to the teachers of this country.
All right, stay on the line, sir. Let me get the Secretary General to respond to some of your concerns. Mr. Sosion.
I think my brother is being mischievous. He cannot deny the fact that he was taken to Harambee House before the ADC and paid to come and disrupt the ADC. So he has been compromised. And he was part of the ADC and decisions were taken. And so what is alluding are pure lies. We engage very well with the Teacher Service Commission, extremely well. We engage with the Ministry of Education. We engage with the Ministry of Labor. And we have been in discussion over teachers' issues.
You say he was paid. Is it something you can substantiate?
It is true.
Sir?
He was paid. That I can substantiate. I can do it under oath. Now, some of these things will keep unfolding. And is the master player of this small group of teachers being brought around to move to courts and to do other things. And this is a very unfortunate situation. That I can say about my brother. But the truth of the matter is known by the organs of the union. It is known by myself. I account to the organs of the union. And therefore, I am not worried about picketing. They can picket every day. We speak. They have a right to speak. But this union belongs to membership of Kenya National Union of Teachers all over the country. It's unfortunate that some of them are used for political expediencies.
Let's let Mr. Njata respond to your accusations. Mr. Njata,
yes,
what do you say to that?
Number one, it's unfortunate that the person of the SG can come in the national media and I have never stepped in Harambee House. I even do not know where the doors are. And therefore, it's very unfortunate that the person of his caliber can dare to say so. I even want to ask him. He has said he can say it under oath. I would wish him to go ahead and do so. Because I have nothing, Harambee Avenue or Harambee House or wherever. What I am saying is what my teachers are telling me, that he is no longer addressing their issues. I can mention a few of them. Our teachers now have many challenges with their medical scheme. When they cry to us, we talk to him, he does not respond. Our head teachers and principals now, they're authorized. He is also not addressing the same properly. And when we talk to him, he has no time for us. Every time he is either in UK or Brazil or South Africa, because he has so many offices. And what we are asking as teachers of Kenya is we would want a full-time Secretary General who will devote his time to the issues affecting our teachers today.
All right. Mr. Njata, let me get one final comment from you, and I'm asking you, some of teachers who do not share your school of thought are saying that this is all about succession politics in that with the elections coming up. Is this all about politics for you?
Because even if there are succession politics, I have nothing to benefit. Even if Sosioni moves away from the position of Secretary General, I'm far away from that. And therefore, I don't want to be put into that there is anything politics here. It is what the teachers of Kenya are saying. Furthermore, if you look at the teachers who came to Knut House today, they did not necessarily come from one area. They are all over. Then again, there are so many teachers who have also petitioned that he must choose where to belong. But we are all saying, let him go and advance our cause in Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Njata. Mr. Sosio, let me get a final comment from you. And Mr. Njata has said that there are other issues like medical insurance that teachers are crying for, saying that you do not have time to respond to that. Where do teachers go from here, from where you sit? Very quickly.
Pardon? I lost you. I can't hear you.
Sorry. One issue that Mr. Njata raised is that there are other issues that teachers are saying, and they're saying that there has been an issue with the medical insurance and other issues, and he's saying that you do not have time to fight for these issues.
No, I think...
Where does Knut go from here?
I think that is misinformation. We have 45 resolutions arising from the ADC. And these are matters that we've been addressing, placing before the Teacher Service Commission. And we have been updating our membership. And very honestly, we have addressed teachers' issues very effectively, and we shall continue doing so. And we shall account to the organs of the unions. We shall not account to activities in the streets. We shall account during the branch general meetings. We shall account during the National Executive Council meetings. We shall account during the National Advisory Council meetings.
Right.
And we shall account at the annual delegates conference. This is a union that has been in existence for 60 years with a lot of constitutional order, and that is what we shall do. And issues and matters that are brought to our offices do not even last a day or two before they are addressed. That's how we work in our offices.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us, for coming to share some more insights on this issue. Wilson Sossion, Secretary General of the Kenya National Union of Teachers and also ODM-nominated member of the National Assembly. We also had John Njata, Secretary General of NAT, in charge of Murang'a South, as well as Agri Namisi, a member of the National Executive Council of NAT. The big story tonight, the seeming split inside NAT, the teachers' union, with some of them forcing or trying to oust Wilson Sossion as the Secretary General, telling him to choose one job, and that is to remain in Parliament, wanting him to leave the job of Secretary General to a full-time Secretary General. Wilson Sossion saying this is all politics. It is a big developing story we are keeping an eye on for you here on KTN News. Many thanks for joining us on the broadcast tonight. Of course, our lead reporter has been Sophia Nuna, telling us what has been the latest in this. We shall continue to keep an eye on this. I'm Ben Kitili. Thank you for watching. I have been sitting in for Yvonne Okwara Matole. Join us next at the top of the hour on KTN Prime.